Welcome to Therapy Online with Shay Wesley. I'm your rapid transformation guide and the creator of New America Healthcare Protocol, designed to heal at a subconscious level, restoring balance in your mind, body, and soul. And my mission is to help you overcome your limiting beliefs, release deep-rooted trauma, and rewire your mind for emotional and mental well-being. Using neuroplasticity, brain balance, and holistic healing, I support you in unlocking your highest potential. I believe that you're here for a reason, and your healing starts now. In today's session, we are talking all about boundaries. We are understanding what kind of power that boundaries have in our life. We know that boundaries are a fundamental aspect of emotional well-being, self-respect, and healthy relationships. They serve as invisible lines that protect your emotional, mental, physical, and even spiritual space from being overrun by others' needs, desires, or demands. Boundaries define what is acceptable behavior and what is not, both for yourself and for others. So when you have a clear and healthy boundary, you take control of your own energy, your time, and your personal space. And this leads to greater self-confidence, stronger relationships, and a more peaceful life. Setting boundaries is often misunderstood as being rigid or selfish, but in reality, boundaries are an essential part of self-care and fostering mutual respect. And without these boundaries, we can become overwhelmed, drained, and even resentful. But on the other hand, when boundaries are respected and practiced, we maintain our sense of self, preserve our own energy, and we build healthier, more authentic connections with others. And in this session today, we will explore the importance of boundaries, how to identify and set them, and how to maintain them with grace and confidence. We will also discuss how boundaries can help you protect your emotional and mental health, nurture your relationships, and create a life that is aligned with your values and well-being. So what exactly are boundaries? What I tell my patients is that boundaries are the limits that you set for yourself or for others regarding how you want to be treated. These boundaries define the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual space that you are willing to share with others. Healthy boundaries allow you to say yes when you genuinely want to and no when you need to protect yourself or your resources. Boundaries are not about controlling others, but they are about protecting your own energy, ensuring that our needs are met too, and maintaining your sense of identity. So today we're talking about 4 types of boundaries. The first one is physical boundaries. These involve your personal space, physical touch, and how you interact with others on a physical level. Number 2, emotional boundaries. These relate to how you allow others to treat your emotions, as well as how you manage your own emotions. Emotional boundaries help you differentiate your feelings from others' feelings and ensure that you don't take on others' emotional burdens. Number 3, mental boundaries. These deal with your thoughts, opinions, and intellectual property. Mental boundaries allow you to engage in healthy discussions without allowing others to manipulate or impose their beliefs upon you. And number 4, spiritual boundaries. These relate to your beliefs, your values, and spiritual practices. Setting spiritual boundaries involves protecting your right to follow your own spiritual path without judgment, without pressure from others. Now let's talk about why they're so important. The first one is that they preserve your energy. By setting boundaries, you protect your time, your energy, and your emotions. This prevents burnout stress, and even resentment from taking over in your life. The next one is it maintains your identity. Boundaries help you to stay true to who you are. They create a clear separation between you and others so that you don't lose your sense of self in the process of trying to please or appease others. Next, they build healthy relationships. Boundaries are essential for respectful, balanced relationships. They ensure that both parties understand each other's needs and limits. And when boundaries are respected, relationships become more supportive and even more fulfilling. Now, the next reason that boundaries are so important is that they promote self-respect. When you set boundaries, you communicate to others that you value and respect yourself. You're teaching others how to treat you and demonstrating that your needs matter. And last on our list, boundaries are important because they enhance emotional well-being. Setting boundaries helps you maintain emotional stability and avoid emotional overwhelm. It allows you to manage your emotional responses and protect yourself from unnecessary negativity or emotional manipulation. So, next in therapy, we talk about recognizing the need for boundaries. It can sometimes be difficult to recognize when boundaries are needed, especially if you've been conditioned to prioritize others' needs over your own. Some signs that you may need to set or strengthen some boundaries include the following. Let's discuss. My patients often come to me saying that they are feeling overwhelmed or drained. So if you consistently feel exhausted, stressed, or resentful after interacting with certain people or situations, it may be a sign that your boundaries are being violated. Next, I see in my practice my patients having the difficulty to say no. So if you find yourself saying yes to requests or obligations that you don't truly want to fulfill, you may be lacking healthy boundaries. And saying no is a powerful way to protect your time and energy. The next one that I see a lot of is guilt and anxiety. So if boundaries causes you to feel guilty or anxious, this could be a sign that you're overly concerned with others' opinions and are not prioritizing your own needs. And we see this a lot with people-pleasing behaviors. And if you put others' needs before your own and you struggle to assert your desires, it is likely that you're neglecting your own boundaries. And the last one on my list is discomfort or resentment. If you're feeling uncomfortable, violated, or resentful in certain situations or relationships, it is a sign that your boundaries may not be clear or that they're being respected. Next, let's talk about how to set healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries involves clarity, communication, and self-awareness. But here are some practical steps that I can help you with to establish and maintain some of these boundaries. First, I want you to know your limits. I want you to start by identifying what you need in order to feel safe, respected, and comfortable. I want you to reflect on your emotional, mental, and physical limits and be honest with yourself about what you can and cannot tolerate. Next, I want you to communicate clearly, because once you have identified your boundaries and you begin to communicate them clearly and assertively to others, your boundaries will begin to form and be respected. But it is important to express your needs and your limitations with respect and confidence. And now I want you to practice saying no. Just no. Saying no is one of the most important skills when it comes to boundary setting. It's not about rejecting others, but it is about honoring your own needs and respecting your time and energy. Next, I want to help you enforce your boundaries, because once you've set your boundaries, it's essential to follow through and enforce them. Sometimes this can be challenging, especially if others push back or try to test your limits. However, enforcing your boundaries shows that you value yourself and your well being, and that is important. Next, I want you to be compassionate with yourself. Setting boundaries can be difficult, especially if you're not used to asserting what your needs are. Be patient with yourself and understand that this is a process that takes time and practice. Now, here's where I want you to practice self-compassion. If you find yourself in a challenging position and slip up, I want you to tell yourself it's okay. And I want you to reinforce what you believe, reset your intention, and the next time that you're brought the opportunity, you'll remember and you will make the right choice. Next, let's talk about maintaining boundaries in relationships. In relationships, whether personal or professional, boundaries play a vital role in maintaining respect, trust, and healthy dynamics. So, I want to share with you some tips for maintaining those boundaries in relationships. The first one is respect other people's boundaries. Just as you set boundaries for yourself, it's important to respect other people's boundaries as well. This creates mutual respect and understanding in relationships, whether it be with adults or children. My next point is be clear about expectations. Open communication about boundaries and expectations is crucial in relationships. Discuss your needs and listen to the needs of others to ensure that everyone's boundaries are being respected. In therapy, we always discuss that you can adjust your boundaries as needed. Boundaries are not set in stone. They can evolve as your needs change, and regularly assessing your boundaries and then adjusting them as necessary will help you to maintain your well-being. And then last, we always reaffirm your boundaries. It's important to periodically reaffirm your boundaries, especially in long-term relationships. Sometimes people may forget or cross boundaries unintentionally, so a gentle reminder can help maintain clarity. So by this point in our session today, it looks like we have embraced boundaries for a more balanced life. Setting and maintaining healthy boundaries is an act of self-care, self-respect, and self-love. Boundaries allow you to protect your energy, preserve your well-being, and nurture your relationships. They are not about building walls, but about creating clear and healthy lines that define how you want to be treated and how you interact with others. And by setting boundaries, you create the space to honor your true self, align with your values, and live a balanced, empowered life. Today, I want you to remember this. Boundaries are not selfish. They are essential for creating a life that is authentic, peaceful, and fulfilling. So I want you to trust yourself to set and enforce boundaries, and know that doing so will lead to greater emotional health, stronger relationships, and a deeper connection to your highest self. I really appreciate you joining me for this session today. And if you felt a shift within, I encourage you to continue this path by exploring the New America Healthcare channel. Just click on the playlist tab to begin the New America Healthcare Protocol phases 1 through 4. It's a step-by-step process to balance the mind, heal any past wounds, and activate your highest potential. And for more of a one-on-one support, please reach out and contact me, Shay Wesley, at New America Healthcare on Patreon. Or you can email me at shaywesley@gmail.com. I want you to remember that you are never alone on this journey. I'm your rapid transformation guide, Shay Wesley. Let's talk again soon.